Indians and the Ozark, about the crime family of all American senators, accocuntants, and Mexican cartels, selling opium fields, and also a rival of the Chinese sending fentanyls to Mexico. They delivered to American, and the worst, perhaps, is the worst drug. Is the word drug cartel, selling legal vaccine for profit on medicine and virus. They help create and distribute. Yes, we have been invaded by friendly aliens, and the day the Earth still has become a reality. This is real to real today. Please become aware with new you and see the dream vision of what is here and the true reality life is. It's very simple. Our cell is dynamic. Your share is necessary. Do not watch your TV set and expect what is reported to be real. The message is there are forces in the universe much more powerful. The message is also be silent and listen up. See the other limits episode. Best Paneagle Professor catfun and the galactician and solar fuels. I'm ready. You see,
Yeah,
that's
thank
my
you.
my setup microphone, my new setup.
Um,
So sounds like um, an announcement from the college.
yeah, it sounds like an echo a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's good. That's excellent.
It's
Um,
actually like studio effects.
yes. Now, this is a live show that we do every day at this time. And the episode I sent is right here. I'm playing it, but I only have 4 seconds.
Wait, I want to
There.
move our life, in this uh, computer. Can you um, invite me again? But in 10 minutes, I will.
I will
Uh,
do that, but I'm going to
I,
keep up.
can, we 10 later minutes. So I want to download Skypes in my new computer because I have a format or resetting my personal computer with
Yes.
an accident.
Can you keep this line open while you do that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You can?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So don't go off and you can
Okay.
do what you're doing. I'm going to talk about what I was telling you and what I wrote and what the episode is about in the Outer Limits,
Yeah, in
um,
pro.
1960s episode that presented the visitor from Andromeda who had connected to the electromagnetic radio or some other form of transmission to Earth and appeared to be an invader, whereas he was only transmitting himself across the universe to arrive and be in contact with the radio operator, who's played by Cliff Robertson, famous actor, who I believe my father, no, that was a different man. Ephraim Zimbalist was someone my father once knew. my family was in contact with that actor. He was, I think, in an FBI episode and some other shows. So, what's interesting is that the episode included a healing of a woman shot by the police using the electromagnetic body of the alien who healed the woman. She had been shot and killed. And at the same time, all of the police and the townspeople had gathered outside of the radio operator's house. And they were ready to destroy the alien and kill the human radio operator. But he said no. And then the alien came out, and the alien said, "People of Earth, you are not supposed to be using forces and not pressing across the universe." And what's really funny is that right now this radio transmission has just elicited a echo response from the other person over in Asia who is listening, and creating a computer transmission receiver, just like the show Outer Limits was expressing. This communication from outer space, so to speak, is being received. And the response is, or the request from the alien is, to be silent and to listen up. We are not supposed to play with these universal forces and things that we need to become aware of, but not use them. And this is what has happened since the 60s and previously, where the aliens inducted a chemical, environmental, electromagnetic radiation bath, including viruses and other weapons of mass destruction, satellites, 5G, and other forms of electromagnetic transmission. Now, this is a actuality that was being shared in 1960s in a lot of the sci-fi television shows, Outer Limits, Twilight Zone, The Day the Earth Stood Still, The Thing, numerous other movies that since produced Star Wars, Star Trek, and the numerous other sci-fi alien invasion or biochemical warfare, and the entire field of fantastic Godzilla, King Kong movies, and the like, introducing this entire spectrum of invasion and also communications, media bombardments, and invasion vehicles that have hypnotized and taken over the television and American and world populations. I'm going to give myself a clap, if I can, for a job well done in presenting what's really going on. I tried to record and did record these Outer Limits episode in parts, the main parts with the communications from the alien, which were friendly communications and genuine, benign, and supportive. However, yutubbee, where I made the copy and sent it out to my YouTube channel, said, no, we can't allow you to rebroadcast this transmission. Partially because there's a copyright on it and they want money. That is the main reason why they don't want these communications to go out. And this reel-to-reel program or any other kinds of revelations, recognitions, and positive intentions to share what's really going on and how we can develop humanity and have humanity develop ourselves and themselves into a real galactic, universal, true reality awareness, using our real awareness and our universal perception, creating a universal position that makes sense with all life and the natural environment. That's the promotion of today's show. I'm Paneagle, the galactician solarist and worldwide educator, WWE, with new UU friends. And that is really a very full-on message to say, shine on your own golden sun. And the song of the New Aegis, the New Arc Symphony, is now. This is real. And each one of us has the opportunity individually to become aware and to be fully multi-dimensional, truly recognized in our own universal field and solar light, our solar nature. This is more than the old words of God, spirit, and soul, and of the religions, the business marketing complex, and the ploy of the ancient marketed God worship religions. And we can relate this to the modern day Scientologists and even use the example of the most popular movie of this year being Top Gun. The forgot the subtext or subtitle. This original movie in the 1980s, where the movie industry was promoting its own operating field that was working through the Hollywood promoters and producers to expand the entire complex of the multimedia controlled operation. This is very much in effect today and revealed absolutely. They've operated the new Top Gun movie in such a way that it as yet is still only been in theaters, and they are not releasing the video or the television satellite feed movie because they want to make as much money as possible. So they keep delaying the receiving of this movie, except for through the vehicles that they are operating, primarily the movie theaters at the moment, and later, yes, it will eventually become available while they are marketing their media complex. They don't care what the movie's really about. or what it's really suggesting, or what this control domination is. Actually, they want to hide that as much as possible. Meanwhile, their aggressive populist media program is working at its highest level possible and achieving the goals of economic domination. They're also using the media just the same as the fear of aliens, the fear of invasion, the fear of death through COVID or other viral experiments. All of them are a form of virus experimentation. Mankind is an alien experiment, a example of the use of authority and legal documentation, copyright issue that I myself experienced this morning with the attempt to share some of the episode with the reel-to-reel audience and the friends and popular generations of Americans and other countries who could become aware of this issue and the issues that are involved, including very much so these other shows which I mentioned are hosted at the very beginning of the show. I'd like to reread that. If I can get my screen to scroll down. Okay.
All right.
And if you're listening,
Okay.
to please become aware with new you and see the dream visions of what is here and the true reality life is. I know it's sounding
That's
like a
right.
speech rather than a commentary, but really this is just a commentary. I have best intentions. I'm going to open up this a little bit. And okay, get back to the reading. Shine on, everyone. This is the New Ages now. And as usual, we have a lot of operational difficulties with the new satellite communication systems and our availability. At the same time, yes, we're increasing our ability to do what we're doing, but it's also quite a challenge. I'm going to try and copy and paste. There it is. Okay, that's a way to do it. The Outer Limits show was the one that presented the Cliff Robertson meeting the alien with the message from Andromeda, broadcast wave frequency, which allowed the alien to become visible in the physical plane and to highlight the message from Andromeda of listening to the electromagnetic radiation field, but also to respect the dangers of using nuclear fission, fusion, and the great electromagnetic and solar energy quantum fields across the universe. There are also other shows which are expressing some of these human issues that we need to be very watchful of and are observing in our current 2022 and the 21st century. I'd like to mention these three shows as the actually four shows with one is called Joe Pickett with the game warden, who is combating, taking advantage of the oil fields and the Indian lands, the resources available, as well as the game of lost species rediscovered in the Yellowstone Park area, Wyoming. Poaching, animal poachers is the main theme with that show. There's also the Ozark, which is about a crime family, white accountant and American senators and public legislators who are occupied with the CIA in operations of expanding or receiving funding and associations with the Mexican cartel selling opium in the fields with several, which is related, interrelated economic dominion. It's frightening as well. We have to be aware of this. Another one is the reveal. It's not in a movie as yet. It really should be, although there was one movie regarding the Chinese sending fentanyl to Mexico. And then that fentanyl redistributed to America and the world, perhaps as this is the world's drug cartel selling legal vaccines very similarly for profit on medicine and viral vehicles, virus that helped create, that is, that the either government or business and either or in cooperation are creating and profiting from and distributing worldwide. Yes, we have been invaded by aliens. However, our viewpoint of which aliens are friendly and which are not is in many ways reversed, because the ancient aliens who visited, invaded, and indoctrinated mankind with a DNA code that was installed in the human genome, and or they also most likely delimited our DNA natural 12-strand and limited it to a 2-strand DNA at this point. That's why humans have a bipolar brain cataclysm, if you will, or catechism is what the religions call it. That is an inability to see with our full awareness and our actual capacity for a true understanding and recognition of the true reality life is. This is the real to real today. I'm reminded of another movie which we can discuss, which was called The Thing. And that was with James Arness. And there's a 6th movie called The Day the Earth Stood Still with Michael Rennie as an alien and with a robotic, all-powerful, he can destroy planets, visiting Washington, D.C. And both of these movies are extremely prophetic and powerful vehicles of information from the aliens, actually, who are trying to communicate and have been communicating in a long series of different forms through very many of the ancient vehicles, which included the Bible and the Quran and the Rig Veda and the religious books, the metaphysical and historical documents of events, such as things that happened in the pyramids, the Tower of Babylon, the Atlantis, which probably had structures on top of pyramids and towers as well, producing some form of electromagnetic radiation fields, which they are working at now currently to either have us produce or perhaps not produce in a way that would be beneficial or that will be outside of the controlled domination field of authority that we could call the Dark Lords, reptilians, and humanoid, android, artificial intelligence hybrid that either has been created or is being created as we speak. Now, really covered a huge amount of territory here. In the day the Earth stood still, the alien stopped the electromagnetic vibrations around the world for 30 minutes to demonstrate the authority or power that is capable of being used, but also to transmit the message and get the attention of humans so that they would be aware of the message, which essentially was very much the same as that of Outer Limits, which is be silent, do not use the forces incorrectly and in danger of not only ourselves, but the entire solar system and galaxy is affected. Not only that, I will say that it's very possible that the other universes, which some people call polar universe, is in the crosshairs of this possible, of this great misuse of powers. And so the alien message, using the robot power, was presented to all of the great scientists and world leaders in Washington. The message took 5 to 10 minutes to deliver and share. This is really very, very simple. At the same time, the majority, if not almost every single human, is not paying attention, is not listening, or not being, we could call it, obedient to their own awareness and recognition, in fact, because this is not an authoritarian dominion. This is not a prison planet in the sense that we are aware of and are true with. We are, yes, in the prison planet condition and the operation of vehicles that are too numerous to count, including, yes, physically with science, business, religion, medicine, healing, or otherwise, genetic modifications, political invasions, national, sexual, and racial operations, that is viral or monitoring, modifications, and manifestations. Now, these are all just words. Each one is of itself what it is. They are all connected in some way. All the movies are connected. All of these efforts and business practices and human endeavors and alien purposes are all connected. It's exactly what the alien said in the Outer Limits. Everything is connected. The episode is uh, absolutely full with this message from Andromeda that has been delivered to mankind and needs to be addressed, needs to be accessed, needs to be known, and for us to become aware are a primary purpose at this time. Now, I've got in my view here that the idea, the key word to be aware would be new you, and to please become aware with new you on your own, as you will, to see the dream visions and your own dream visions of what is real, what is here, and what is the true reality life is. It's very simple. Our share is dynamic. Your share is necessary. And as the Outer Limits show says, do not watch your television set and expect what is reported to be real. We have control of your television set, as they said. Well, this control was temporary, as is all control and authority. Yes, some form of it has to be used and shared, but the position is not one of control and overcoming. The actuality is the message is here, has always been here, and the message says there are forces in the universe much more powerful. Everything is much more than we know. Yet, each person, himself, ourselves, of all beings, has this and is this themselves. The message is also to be silent and listen up. So see this Outer Limits episode. This is the message from the commentator, Paneagle, Professor Catfun, the galactician, Hey Paneagle Song, on the solar light fields, and with a great smile. Andrew, I want to
Hi.
thank you for being here
Yeah.
because your listening made the receiving of the message to humankind. You represented the entire
Asia.
international and world population. You
Okay.
yourself were the receiver. Hold on. I've got a visitor.
What was that?
Andrew, I'm going to stop the recording because I have visitors and then we can talk in a minute, okay?
Okay.
Is that
So
okay
you
with
have a
you?
so you have a visitor on your home?
My wife is here back, so I'm going to
Okay. Okay.
stop the recording or I'm going to stop speaking. If you would like to
Okay.
say anything, I'll leave the recording on and you can. You want
Uh,
to?
uh, uh,
Do you have anything you want to say? You have statements?
Actually, I just want to say anything about alien with you, but when you have visitors from your wife, it's okay to let her meet you and later. Yeah, talk to you later. Has you met them? Have you already to meet them? Hello? Is anybody right here? Right. Whether for us to left out, because thank you, Peter. I'm gonna sleep. So uh he didn't tell when he was come back. When were he when were he's back? He didn't tell the time for the right sure. Hi.
Hold on now. Did you say any more?
Yeah. I heard.
I wanted you to fill in there. Okay. And
So
hold
have you
on.
okay? For what? For a minute.
I have to move to another room.
Okay. For when?
Andrew, I'm only moving a minute to another room. That's all.
All right. Let me see. I will stay right here. Actually, I want to talking about more. That referring alien is not alien. Actually, they are is and a part of the brains reptile. It is makes sense actually with the comparison about alien. Let's see. Let us wait a bit. Yeah, let us waiting for Peter. Peter.
Okay, Andrew,
As you already.
you need to speak up. It's really hard to hear you.
So you ready? Have you?
What?
Are you ready to meet them? Has you?
I still can't hear hardly what you're saying.
Has you already meet them?
Am I
Have
ready?
you? Yeah, it was already right.
I don't know what you
You
mean.
finish. You finish about them.
Oh, you mean
Y-
stop the recording? Yeah,
No,
it's a
no.
good idea.
I mean, has you already to meet them and you done with the visitors at your home?
Yeah, I moved to another room.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay.
But it's
Are
still hard
you
to hear you.
so right now? Are you eating? You eat gonna?
Am I what?
Are you gonna eat? You eat something on your plate right now? Is it?
Am I what something?
Are you eating?
Yeah,
Eat,
I had a
eating,
bite to eat.
you eating salad
You want? No, it
with?
doesn't matter.
Are you
Are you the eating police?
are you a foodie vegetable or vegan?
No.
Okay. Uh, okay, listen. Let me tell you something. One more thing about that you regard to referring topic about alien.
Yes.
So I have a real comparison, and it is makes sense that alien is not actually aliens. It is what it is. Something that people describe about alien in the outer space, that he was invaded the planet Earth. So yeah, maybe they are the creator about the human DNA, about Anunnaki. But I don't want to talk about that. So the reptilian actually, we have the brain that called about reptilian brain. It is like something survival about it is about sex, um generally like, about uh yeah, surviving, yeah. And then, so it's not about the invaded, or it's not about uh you know alien being to uh control the
I'm sorry, I turned my mic off. Yes, I agree. You're saying the
so
alien is
yeah,
is
yeah,
not
like
the space visitor. What it is the DNA reptilian
brain.
hybrid that was created in humankind,
No,
um,
no, no. Okay.
and or within our genetic history that we are part of, and
It's
we are in
never
condition
ending.
of.
Actually, sorry, interrupt. It's it's never gonna prove, there is something hybrid in outer space, and that alien has made the human DNA. Is not. It was never ever gonna prove that there is a alien, like a real physically. It is like just something like fallacy, something like explanation about uh an idea to make the industry, industry for film movies are getting rich with the talking about an alien, or with an idea, or a documentaries, uh yeah, something like that. It never proved uh that alien is actually real with a physically being. Yeah, that's it. I just want to say all that, because all around people on the world is really too smart, talking about documentaries from Sumerian, Anunnakis, something like about alien, but uh, it's
Speak,
actually,
speak up.
yeah, actually it's just like the alien or reptilian is different.
I don't hear you.
Uh, are you hearing?
I I missed some of what you said. You're saying that it's not that there's an alien DNA in us and that we need to get rid of the aliens or that thing. What we're doing is promote their people are creating the attitude of something outside of ourselves
Like promote?
and it cannot be proven.
Yeah, that's my point.
Okay.
You hear? So,
It
what
doesn't
what what,
matter
what I
really
was
which
saying.
it is.
Yeah, doesn't matter about the alien. We don't need to find that physically about alien because it's like something an idea or something astral projection that people have tripped that it was seeing there was an alien because it is just like something her reflection that people all around the world. Yeah, maybe an alien, the word of aliens is actually real, but it's not in this physically or in the outer space. They just living in the like astral realms and mentally. So people has has inspired get inspired to um making noise, something in noise about talking about alien. Yes, uh, actually they are just like have something intention for profit or benefit. So they always explanation with the refer relating about the world, feathers, radiation, radio. Uh, yeah, except extra, etc. It's
So
something like that.
you're
I don't.
suggesting that the people who are communicating about the alien invasion or contact are only doing it really because they're profiting from it and promoting their own ego or their own idea that they are believe in or share, and they're really all there is a profit motive or a personal motive, and it has no reality of itself, and that we don't need to bother paying attention to it, although we do need to pay attention to what we are aware of. I will say that. And that's all that we need to pay attention to. I can't hear you.
Okay.
All right. So that is a viewpoint that has that's useful because it is true that most of the things or almost everything that all the people are producing on both sides, that is the ones who, let's say, let's create this alien idea of visitation in movies so that people will only pay attention to the movies in
Okay.
their
Okay. Okay.
in what they're trying to find out is real instead of
So
looking within themselves and really seeing what is real, which is outside of the movies or any proposed idea, and of course the religions and the marketing business and all the rest of whatever human endeavors, science included. None of that has any verifiable use in that sense of what is real, because that is only verified or actual by each person themselves, period. End of
okay.
sentence.
Go
End of
ahead.
sentence. Yeah, that's it. And
Okay.
that's what we're really saying. Yes, in that sense,
Yeah. Yeah.
become real
Um.
yourself, and then and be aware. You don't need to have all these other tools and operators and speakers and teachers and saviors and whatever else that we uh, uh, think that we're or have this thoughts that we need to follow because um, our real verification and natural uh, being is aware on its own, and that is it.
So okay, okay. Uh, I'm gonna agree with the mentor in Indonesia that it's not really famous. Still the what my idols. So that I was tell about her in the past.
Yeah. So you
So
want to talk about
yeah,
your idol?
yeah. Ronald Frank again. So he was tell about the reptilians, and so actually um the director in the Hollywood gonna make the movies. So he was inspired. So he let's say the director gonna make the films about the King and Kong. That something figures about Godzilla, and Godzilla it refer reptile, and the Kong gonna figure with the relating about uh you know
Mammalian,
monkey,
the
monkey,
big
yeah, King Kong,
mammalian species.
mammalian, yeah, mammalian speakers. So the brain, the directors gonna make that film. It was inspired by the demonstrated by the brain converted over a reflection, so there is no alien actually. I believe in that because the Ronald Frank is really makes sense to explain that. This is the real. I think. So every or
Yeah. The King Kong is the
yeah,
alien.
uh,
No,
King Kong that the mammalian brain. There is
I can't hear you. I'm not hearing you.
in the, in,
All right. Um, Listen,
okay, okay.
I can't hear you that well. You're going in and out. But I know what you're trying to say, and you're presenting this hyperactive mentality of mankind that insists on developing all these imaginations and putting them into reality or accepting them as reality for the purposes of whatever they are, which is some kind of marketing complex ploy. Yes, and that's true. Um, uh, but you, the only thing I want to mention here is the use of the word belief,
No,
because
no.
this is the key
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
word that I keep hearing everywhere over and over. Everybody says, "Well, I believe this, and I
No,
don't
no.
believe that," and they keep
Actually,
saying
yeah. Okay, okay.
believe, which is like, how do you spell believe? Be live
Lie. Yeah, yeah. I know about that. All that.
or be
Know about all
live.
that.
It could be
So
live.
I I don't actually have any vocabulary. I just want to gonna option like perceive, perceive. So I want to gonna get that word actually, not a belief. I just perceive about that mentor.
Right.
Some
Perceive.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I want to gonna yeah get the
Right.
so
Yeah.
uh the conscious brain has made up look something he's gonna expression with that demonstrated yeah, actually the unconscious mind, our unconscious is uh gonna get telecommunication with all the uh let's say the communication of the conscious is um you know, say, okay, okay, okay. I'm gonna so, so hard to tell, hard. So I need to gonna translate alien or reptiles that everyone say it actually refers to a sly brain reptile looking for a survival nature. You get it? So speaking about the directors in the Hollywood, it is actually referring that mammalian brain, So they create figures about Godzilla, King Kong, or there is in Chinese mythology in China, there is a dragon. Dragon is an old Ouroboros, You have heard about that? Hello? Have you heard about that? The mythology of Chinese, a dragon. Yeah, it is a demonstrated about the reptilian brain. So speaking about that, alien, the alien is actually reptilian brain in our mind. So we don't need, so we don't know who was the created human. Yeah, 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 yeah. So uh, actually,
I can't hear you. I'm not hearing it.
uh,
There.
is it
You have to keep with your microphone close and speak up and don't move around.
okay? Okay, okay, okay. This is the dynamic.
All right.
Uh,
Now,
so
rather than discuss your own position or my position in relation to what you're saying, I
okay,
really want to say that what we're sharing is about becoming aware and has, of course, the movies and or our own personal experiences are not the real references or the true reality. And so we're aware of that, and that's all we're doing is uh,
yeah,
providing that key to everyone through this. New you, and I thinking I'm at near the end of the recording, so partially I can't hear you, so uh, always perfectly, but also I'd like you to, can you sum up the main thing you'd like to say at the end here?
uh, so for summarize for me, the conclusion is speaking about the Godzilla. I want to gonna make my conclusion from the posted, in my coordinate friends. The new film is titled Godzilla versus King Kong. There are many codes starting with water, artificial intelligence, mind control technology, and others, which I often discuss which I often discuss using the code from 28 2019. By the way, this is a very clear film showing how our brain works, which is easy to manipulate. Allow me to explain a little. Our brain is evolutionary divided into three parts or triune brain, namely the reptilian brain, the reptile brain, or are complex, the mammalian brain, and the primate is like what's
You are not, I can't hear you again, Andrew.
then the two brain in your head.
I can't hear you. Um, but I will say, I understand and I appreciate what you said perfectly.
No, no,
Uh,
I'm not, I'm not done. Okay, okay. You hear right now?
I'm only hearing parts of what you're saying. Um, but the main
No,
thing is to, yes, we are aware of that. And yes, as an example, Godzilla and King Kong were my favorite, almost my favorite movies when I was uh, 20. I mean, 10 years old, 15
wow.
years old.
Glad to know about that. Yeah, glad to know about that.
The original Godzilla and the original King Kong. But the King Kong versus Godzilla does represent the bipolar brain of mankind that is easily conditioned and manipulated.
That's
And
right.
that is the point to be aware of, so that that conditioning and promotion of certain attitudinal behaviors and or authoritarian acceptance. Also, they used it for the military industrial complex expansion and nuclear weapons to be deployed. It's almost like we invited it upon ourselves. Yeah, let's play with this and blow up Hiroshima. Um, you
Yeah.
know, so mankind's still toying with this very dramatically in the last 3 years, uh, particularly again, uh, creating a virus that's mostly out of control and um, engendering a entire loss of population and all the rest of the authoritarians' delivery of medical products. So, yeah, it's enough to just be aware of it from that point of view right there. We don't really need to say any more. So now we can share with the new UU is, because that is the revelation of being actually aware and sharing that real awareness, being of the real awareness, and having an intention of some kind to actually deliver positively, at least this message will say, or some kind of experience is opened up to each person as they themselves will allow it, because it will never happen without their allowing and their agreement, which is the problem, because you're saying that this agreement and acceptance is being proffered by and manipulated by and dominated by, in order that we will not use it in the real way, but instead it's obfuscated and prophesized. or directed towards. So this is the difficulty and the challenge and the opportunity all at the same time that
Okay.
we're doing. All
So
right.
for the last and the summarize, I want to asking for the last question. Did you know about the exoskeleton or the symbol of the three angel symbol? What does that mean? The three angel and the
Uh,
exoskeleton. Can you describe
okay.
what that?
Yeah. I don't know what to say this second, but what I will say is I don't think that's directly on the same subjects. So even though it could be, I think that I want to stop the recording and
Okay.
get the recording. We'll end with a new you, and then you can tell me what you think the exoskeletal system is and how it's being operated with, etc. Right? Okay.
When? When?
Yeah. So let's new you to finish up
Okay.
the recording, or I'm going
Okay.
to stop the recording
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
we'll just demonstrate the new you.
Yes, yes.
New you. And please.
Do you?
That's very nice. This is the new you for the Reel to Reel movie reveal show, discussing the many science fiction movies and the reptilian DNA history and the message from Andromeda of an Outer Limits episode for 2022 with Professor Catfun and New Rom in the ancient world of in Indonesia, the new world of Indonesia. Thank you very much.
Thank
Uh,
you.